The novel is set on a countryside with the homes Thrushcross Grange and Wuthering Heights. The story consists of character Lockwood from the Grange being told the history of landlord Heathcliff from the Heights by housekeeper Nellie. As a young child, Heathcliff was adopted by the Earnshaw family who owned the Heights. Nellie's family served the Earnshaws, which is how she's involved. Pretty much everyone hated Heathcliff, especially the son Hindley. Daughter Catherine did like him, however, and a love story develops between the two. However, Catherine is introduced to Edgar, the son of the Linton family, who owns the Grange, starting the love triangle. Heathcliff doesn't like this and gets mad and leaves, plotting revenge on everyone who he dislikes. After all this, Heathcliff comes back inexplicably rich and takes over the Heights when Hindley dies. Here he finds Hindley's son Hareton, who he treats as a slave, and that Catherine and Edgar have been married, with Nellie moving over to the Grange along with them. As well, upon his return, Edgar's younger sister Isabella becomes fond of Heathcliff, who really spends most of his time driving Catherine crazy. Catherine does end up dying in her madness, but prior to this has a baby girl who is also named Kathy. Isabella, who has now been married to Heathcliff, realizes he's a little psycho and runs away to London, having a child who she names Linton. 13 years pass, and Nellie becomes nanny to Kathy, who has grown up without knowledge of the Heights. Catherine, being a curious young child, however, does end up discovering the Heights, and her and Hareton become friends. Meanwhile, Isabella has died, and Edgar has gone to retrieve a sick Linton, bringing him back to the Grange, who Kathy seems to like, but Heathcliff, with his plots of revenge, decides to claim his son. 3 years later, Kathy goes to see Linton again at the Heights, where she also meets Heathcliff for the first time. Linton and Kathy start up a romance, but Nellie tries to destroy it in vain as Kathy sneaks out at night trying to nurse Linton back to health. It turns out Linton is only pursuing Kathy because of Heathcliff, who hopes he can take over the Grange if the two get married. And when Edgar becomes ill, Heathcliff brings Nellie and Kathy to the Heights, holding them prisoner so that Kathy will marry Linton. So Edgar dies, and Heathcliff has complete control of the Heights and the Grange. He forces Kathy to live at the Heights as a servant and rents the Grange to Lockwood. From here, a disgusted Lockwood leaves but comes back to visit Nellie 6 months later and learns about new developments. He finds Kathy and Hareton have fallen in love and live at the Heights, where Heathcliff has become deteriorated and dies. From this, Kathy and Hareton inherit both the Grange and Heights, and Lockwood goes to visit the graves of the first Catherine and Heathcliff.